Hello traders, hello investors, how are you doing today my friends? Welcome to another video here in the Finance Hydra channel. My name is Nathan and today we're gonna do a multiple time frame analysis on Nvidia. Let's look how it is doing in the short, mid and long term. Just remember my friends, click on the like button to support this channel. If you're new around here, consider subscribing because I do daily videos, daily analysis on many tech stocks. Nvidia, Apple, AMD, NIO, Tesla, much more. Seriously, I think you're gonna like our content. Now, back to Nvidia. The moment couldn't be more complex. It could not be more complex because we see many conflicting signals. If you are long on Nvidia, if you wanna buy Nvidia, you have a perfect good excuse to buy it. After all, it is almost triggering an inverted head and shoulders chart pattern, right? Something like that. Maybe the right shoulder is here, maybe, right? It is trying to trigger a bullish structure. We do see two open gaps over here. We are already dancing around the EMA in the daily chart. We are near support levels over here, okay? In the weekly chart, we can see that we just hit the support at 161 and we bounced back up nicely. We are far away from the 21 EMA in the weekly chart, so it feels like it is a great moment to buy. But if you want to sell it, if you want to short it, you also can find some technical reasons because it's doing a regular head and shoulders, right? We have an open gap down here which could easily be filled, and the next support level is only at 155. So this also makes sense, right? So how to proceed in a scenario like this? I'm gonna tell how to proceed and I'm gonna share my personal opinion on Nvidia, okay? Remember guys, I am just a retail trader. I'm not a professional. This is not an investment advice. I'm just a regular guy sharing my thoughts on the internet, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, if you wanna short Nvidia, or if you are worried about Nvidia, I think there is no technical reason for you to be worried as long as we do not trigger this head and shoulders, okay? This head and shoulders was not triggered yet. So as long as we stay above 168, that's just fine. I can't consider a possibility that it's gonna fill the gap, that is going to hit 155 without breaking, without losing this black line over here at 168. So as long as we remain above this price level, we are safe. We are just safe. If we do, well, you might start a short position, but this is not gonna last for too long. It is only for the short term period because if we analyze longer, bigger time frames, Nvidia is reacting right now. It could easily, right now, if you ask me, it could easily trigger a bullish pivot point. If it does trigger a bullish pivot point by doing a higher high and a higher low, I think it's gonna easily retest the 200s and even go above that point. If we do trigger this pivot point, in order to trigger this pivot point, Nvidia must break 182. And that's the bullish scenario, okay? Because the bearish scenario, your target would be over here, okay? 155, this is it. But I do believe we have much more upside potential on the bullish side, on the long side, because we also see, we see two open gaps over here, right, in the 1 hour chart. The last gap is at 200s. If we break the pivot point I mentioned it to you guys about, if we break 182, we can easily retest the 200s. What's more, above that point, we still have two open gaps. The last one is at $258. So far, Nvidia always filled the gaps that appeared above the price, like these two. Always, 100% of the time. So, I do believe these gaps are gonna get filled. The real question is, when? And that's impossible to answer. It might take a few months, it might take a few years, right? I don't know. I can't possibly know. But I do understand that we see a possible bullish pivot point in the daily chart. If we break 182, that's going to trigger a very nice buy signal. If you analyze the weekly chart, I really like the size of the shadow under last week's candlestick's body. Okay, it did a classic hammer candlestick pattern, which is a reversal candlestick pattern, by the way. Just after a brief retest of 161, the volume was quite high, and this week it feels like we are just struggling a little bit, but considering we have earnings next week, I do believe that if we trigger the 182, we are gonna trigger at the same time this hammer candlestick pattern in the weekly chart, triggering a bounce back up to the EMA, which is above the 200s right now, by the way. And this is going to just confirm our bullish thesis in the daily chart. So right now, how to proceed, right? Well, right now, I think a neutral strategy is the best one for Nvidia. Let's just wait for a crystal clear breakout. I mean, if you want to short it, you are totally allowed to do that, okay? But please wait for the proper breakout for these head and shoulders being triggered properly, okay? If it does, great. Now, if you want to go long, keep in mind the upside potential is gigantic, but you must wait for the breakout of 182. So right now, there is nothing for us to do. Let's just wait for a breakout of one of these key points. In my humble opinion, if it loses the head and shoulders in the 1 hour chart, I'm not gonna go short because I don't think the downside potential is attractive to my standards, of course. Again, my personal view, I'm not looking to short Nvidia, but I would surely buy Nvidia if it breaks 182. It has a lot of upside potential. The 200s is going to be our next target on it. And of course, we have other targets. The 258 is a longer term target, but we'll see, right? We'll see how this goes. I will keep you guys updated every single week on Nvidia and every single day on other tech stocks. So remember, subscribe at this channel to keep in touch. I hope this video helped you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe. Farewell.